You know, sometimes I have nowhere to turn when I'm looking for advice. A lot of times my fellow competitors, they're not going to tell me because they don't want me to get competitive advantage on them. Other times, you know, it's just me and I'm trying to put together my tackle and keep things secretive myself. But when you got choices, you know, sometimes it's good to make an educated choice. And we're looking right here on thread. I tie a lot of my jigs through Do It Tackle, so using their molds to pour the jigs, using custom hooks, and using a myriad of flavors of feathers, fur, bucktail, or gulper power bait. But you know what, when I'm tying on some type of object, when I got to tie a stinger hook in, or when I got to tie a feather or a fur hair tail style jig onto my jig, what I'm going to look at is the thread. Almost predominantly, I'm going to use these two colors. When I've got a lighter color jig and there's shad in the system and I have to put a black shad dot on my presentation, I'm going to pretty much use black. Any other time I'm going to use red. And the reason I prefer red when I'm hand tying jigs is I like that to emulate blood or the red of the gills. I think that fish, when they go to a predator, when they go to attack something, they key in on two things. One is they key in on the eye. The other thing they might key on, and this is just me thinking, which is a pretty scary thought, they key on that red for that flash of that gill, because all minnows have eyes and all minnows have gills. So you know what, the other thing is, when you're tying your own jigs, you got a choice between E thread and A thread here from Do It. The difference is that your A thread is going to be a little bit smaller in diameter. Your thicker thread, your E thread, is going to be a little bit thicker. I would suggest going with the E for excellent because it takes a lot less wrapping with a thicker thread to cover up that jig collar and get your business done. And if you hit it with lacquer when you're done, cement that down, keep everything held together. You don't have to be real particular as far as how many wraps. Just got to make sure you got coverage and a couple of knots to secure it. So the next time you get out, thread the needle, get it done, catch the fish.